is a beautiful day. It's 85 degrees here in Auburn, Alabama. It's Tuesday, March 21st, my off day. Finally got an off day after working 8 days straight, and I'm so excited. Love off days. I don't get to really relax on my off days though, because that means I gotta do all the work that I wasn't able to do during my 8 working streak. So that includes going to the grocery store and meal prepping. So I already went to the grocery store, and that's what I'm gonna show you guys what I got. Show you what I've been eating for the past couple of weeks as part of my bikini prep. Yeah, so let's get into it. Starting with breakfast items, I got some more of my egg whites in a carton that I always eat. 3 to 4 egg whites every morning. I got some Ezekiel bread. Yeah, got some more Ezekiel bread, just the plain 4.9 in the original like orange package. They have like different flavors and different kinds that you can get of Ezekiel bread. I love Ezekiel bread. You can get this in the frozen freezer section of your grocery store if they carry this type of products. I love it because it has like, it's 100% whole wheat bread. It has like every single type of grain that you can think of inside here. It's why it has to be kept in the freezer, because it's like, it's legit stuff, okay? And then just for one slice is, let's see, 12 grams of carbs and 4 protein and 0 fat. But this is the type of bread I like to eat. I toast 1 slice of this, and then I add some of my favorite peanut butter, the Smart Balance creamy kind. Put a little slab of a tablespoon of that on my Ezekiel bread. Put a little bit of stevia and cinnamon. Don't knock it before you try it. If the combination of peanut butter, sugar, and cinnamon sounds a little weird to you, it's so good. Like, I love that combination. I'm telling you, try it. Also paired with my breakfast toast and eggs, I also eat half of an apple. I like to get the Ambrosia brand of apples. They're just my favorite. They just have the right amount of tartness and sweetness, and the texture of it is really good. And they're one of the few apples that I find that you can cut up ahead of time. So go ahead and cut up all the apple slices you want for the week, and they don't really turn brown like some apples tend to do. That's just my favorite type of apple, so apples added with breakfast. Okay, moving on to my mid-morning snack meal slash-ish. I picked up some more of my chicken breast. I mention this a lot in my grocery haul videos. I like to get the really thinly sliced chicken cutlets. They're just easier to cut up and prepare, and they cook really, really fast, especially if like I'm on a time crunch, which I got a whole bunch of things to do today, so I'm gonna be in and out of the house all day. So I wanted to get the really thinly sliced chicken breast because they cook up really, really fast. Let's see. Also picked up some asparagus. I have like 5 to 6 asparagus spears with the chicken. Then on the side, I got a whole container of this Del Monte grapefruit, no sugar added grapefruit. This is so good. I actually prefer this over the sugar added kind. It's still pretty dang sweet, and it's the ruby red grapefruits, which are my favorite. But this is like the lazy girl route. Instead of just buying fresh grapefruit, which I've done in the past, and just cut up each individual grapefruit into each individual slices. Why do that when you can just spend a little extra money and just buy the jug of it? So I eat a half a grapefruit worth of this with my chicken and asparagus, and that is like meal number 2 for the day. Okay, so for lunch, I've been eating a spinach salad. So I picked up some more organic spinach, baby spinach, so I like the smaller leaves, with flank steak as my protein source. I cook this up various different ways. Either I grill it, pan-sear it in the pan, sometimes I bake it, sometimes I put it on my George Foreman, just however I'm feeling like doing it, maybe in the crock pot. I do like a balsamic marinade on this because that's the type of dressing that I eat with my salad. So spinach and flank steak. I've mentioned this before, I like to get flank steak. This is a really great lean cut of meat, and it's also pretty juicy and tender depending on how you cook it. So that's why I like to get this brand of meat. Top off on my salad, I put some chopped up red onions. I went the lazy girl route this time, and I just got the pre-chopped onions that Kroger had. Chop up a couple of cherry tomatoes, throw that in the salad as well. And then I top it with some blue cheese crumbles. I picked up the smokehouse flavor, so it's gonna have like a different, like smoky, blue cheesy flavor than like your regular blue cheese flavor. So put that on my salad as well. And then for my salad dressing, I just use balsamic vinegar. This is my favorite brand, the Pompeian, I don't know. I'm sure someone's gonna correct me on how to say this, but this is the kind of brand I like to get for my balsamic vinegar. All right, moving on to pre-workout. So I'm leaving work, and I've already made up my pre-workout pancakes. I have put the recipe and mentioned this in a couple of my most recent meal prep grocery haul videos. I like to use old-fashioned oats to make my protein pancakes with. Lately I've been tossing a couple of blueberries into the pancakes, so I've been having protein blueberry pancakes. If you want to check out the recipe, go check out one of my previous meal prep videos. I think I also have it on my Instagram page. I put the recipe on there too, so go check that out. If y'all know me, I love pancakes and waffles, so me and my coach kind of worked that into my diet because that's just like one of my favorite meals I look forward to at each and every day is my protein pancakes. Picked up some more sweet potatoes. I like to wrap these in tinfoil and bake them in the oven. To me, that's like the best consistency of a sweet potato you can get is when you bake them in the oven at like 500 degrees for an hour. This is what I like to eat as my post-workout carb along with a protein shake. Lately for dinner, I've been doing tilapia and green beans, but I've been eating on that for about 1.5 to 2 weeks now, and I've gotten sick of it. So whenever I get tired of a food group, I just switch it out for something comparable, just different, just for a different taste. So instead of doing fish for dinner this week, I picked up some lean ground turkey meat. I like to get the 93% lean and 7% fat. So not the leanest that you can get of this. I think the leanest you can get is like 98, 99% lean, which I don't really prefer because the leaner you get, obviously the more, the less fat you have in there, so the drier the meat gets. I just don't like the way that kind cooks up. I don't like the way it holds like all throughout the week. I feel like when you get a little bit, if you can sacrifice a little bit more fat in your meat, I would prefer to get this kind. Cooks up better, it tastes better, I like the consistency and the texture better, and it holds up better in the refrigerator for a longer time to me. Pairing with my turkey meat, I picked up, I want to try this so bad. So I've been seeing this a lot lately. It's been advertised in commercials. I've been seeing some other YouTubers use it as well. So I picked up the Green Giant mashed cauliflower. This stuff looks so good. I got the original kind with the olive oil and sea salt. I think they have like a bacon cheddar kind too. But the macros on this are like amazing because obviously it's made with cauliflower instead of potatoes, so it's like 50% less carbs than if you were to eat mashed potatoes. And I heard that, you know, it tastes just as good as like mashed potatoes. So for one serving size, which is a half a cup, which is about how much that I would eat of like a vegetable source anyways, or potatoes if I was eating potatoes, is 5 grams of fat, 7 carbs, and 3 protein for a half a cup of this. So super excited to try this. And it's gonna be a little weird, but I'm gonna also throw in some green beans. I went the lazy girl route again with these. I got the steamable kind of green beans. I'm just gonna take, I guess like a serving, let's see, serving size of this is 2/3 cup. So I'll just take some of this, throw in there with the mash, and just kind of mash it all up. So I have still, I have like a combination of, so I'm just gonna take these two guys and just combine them and have this as my veggie source alongside with my ground turkey at night. Some other random items I picked up was some raspberries. I like to eat this whenever I work later in the evening. So if I work like a 2 to 10 shift, I usually wake up early that morning and go work out. But before my workout, I'll have a pre-workout carb, whether that's like a piece of Ezekiel bread toast or half a serving of my protein pancakes that I make, and then I'll eat about 10 or so of these raspberries. Berries are some of like the best like fruit carb sources that you can eat. They're usually the lower of the carbs when it comes to fruits. They have a lot of fiber in them, and they usually are more of a filling fruit than compared to some of your other fruits that you may eat. I also picked up some more Himalayan salt. This is the kind of salt that I season everything with. I don't use regular salt. I either use sea salt or Himalayan salt. Mostly Himalayan salt. It's a great salt with trace elements in it, so it's actually good for your body. Your body will process this better than regular table salt. But this stuff is just great. I love pink Himalayan salt. You should really think about picking this up and using this instead of regular table salt. Another thing I picked up is my favorite sugar. I use Truvia sugar. I don't use like Splenda or Sweet and Low or anything like that. This is a natural sugar. It's not a sugar substitute. This is a natural sugar that comes from stevia, which is a plant, a leaf. I really like this a lot. I get the individual packages just because they're easier to like keep track of and measure out. One packet is only 3 carbs of sugar. So I like to put this in my coffee. I put it on my toast. I put it in my pancakes. I literally use this stuff for everything as my sugar alternative. The thing I bought was my favorite dark chocolate. I incorporate dark chocolate into my diet daily. My coach knows I have a super big sweet tooth, and chocolate is like one of those big things that like I crave all the time. Like I love chocolate, and I actually prefer dark chocolate. So dark chocolate is actually better for you than milk chocolate brands or anything like that. Not saying that this is like a healthy, you know, I mean, I guess you could say this is a healthier alternative, but you can still obviously overeat on dark chocolate because it's still chocolate. So you still have to eat this in moderation. It's not like you can substitute this for your milk chocolate and still eat the same amount. If that makes sense. I like to get the Ghirardelli 72% cocoa, but this one is for 1 square is 5 grams of fat, 5 carbs, and 1 gram of protein. I eat 1 square after either my lunch or my dinner meal because that's usually when I crave something sweet, is after I eat like lunch or dinner. So I'll have 1 square of this daily in my diet, and that is like just enough to like meet my chocolate craving. Sometimes I'll have 2, depending on if I'm like, you know, going crazy, because I am allowed up to 2 in my diet daily, but I try only to stick to 1 if I can. And if y'all were wondering, this is not part of my diet, but I did buy this because I date a little kid and he likes things like Frosted Mini Wheat cereal, even though I do too. I was kind of hesitant buying cereal because I am a huge cereal lover, and when it is in the house, like I can't stop eating it out the box. But I bought this for Cody. So yeah, these are some of the items that he lives off of. He loves the goldfish flavor blasted. Him and Slater like to eat these together on the recliner. He also is obsessed with Sour Patch Kids, so not gonna lie, I'm probably gonna eat a couple of these with him too. Sorry about it. And then I wanted to get some Easter candy because he loves Reese's candy, so I picked up the white chocolate and regular chocolate kind because he loves white chocolate covered Reese's. So yeah, this is basically Cody's diet right here. Oh, and I found these Tim Tams. If y'all watch Steve Cook or any Australian YouTuber, they always talk about these Tim Tam cookie things. I got the chewy caramel chocolate biscuits. I thought these are an Australian brand. I thought you could only get them in Australia. Walking down the aisle, saw these at Kroger, and I was like, oh my gosh, Steve Cook like swears by these. So I had to pick me up some. And yes, I already tore into them. And yes, they are delish. Delish. So I know a lot of y'all like to know how much that I actually pay when I go to the grocery store, which I think is a pretty good idea. But you know, you gotta keep in mind, depending on like where you live, like geographically, like around the world, and like where you go shop, obviously it's going to depend on how expensive your groceries are. And it's going to depend on how much of convenience you buy. So like today, I actually bought a lot of convenience type foods. Like I bought foods that were already like chopped up for me. Frozen vegetables are going to be significantly more than as if you were to buy them like in the produce aisle and actually chopped them up and prepared them yourself. A little bit more expensive than usual than when I spent at the grocery store. And of course I bought, you know, Cody's little, you know, his diet stash. That's going to take into account on this price as well. But I went to my favorite grocery store, Kroger. I spent $137.88. That's how much I spent. This will last me anywhere from 6 to 7 days of the week. Granted, some of this will actually spill over to the next couple of weeks, like the sugar and milk products. But overall, that's really not bad. If you take into account, I eat 6 to 8 meals a day. So that divided by like 137, that's like roughly $2 to $3 per meal. That's pretty dang good. Like $2 to $3 per like 8 meals that I eat in a day. That's pretty dang good over a week's course. That is saving more money than if I was a person that like went out to eat all the time. So that's why I love meal prep, guys. That's why you should always meal prep. But yeah, I'm in the works of trying to get Kroger to sponsor me. Okay, so that is all I have for today. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Get a little bit of an idea of what I am eating on my cutting diet for my bikini prep. And, you know, just getting ready for summertime because yesterday was the first day of spring and it's feeling like it outside. And I'm so excited, so ready for summer. So ready for summer, guys. But hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you like this video and would like to see more videos, please press that thumbs up. It lets me know that this content is good, you know, decent enough. And that it lets YouTube know that I put out okay content out there. Go ahead and subscribe if you haven't already subscribed so you don't miss any of these meal prep grocery store videos. And, you know, share it with your friends if they just need some great ideas to go to the grocery store, what meals to get, you know, what foods to get in order to get that, you know, bikini bod. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna stop right now. I'm gonna just continue on with all my adulting things I gotta do today, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.